What's up with everyone this month? So, as a lot of you know, I've been here in Iceland for the past month in this residency, and it's really been a learning experience for sure. And there's been so many different aspects that I want to share with you, and like a lot of you are also maybe struggling with this or maybe going through these same questions and just experiencing the same issues and maybe not knowing how to manage with them. So one thing that I did learn throughout this residency was definitely how to be and live with others. And I know this might not be relevant to you, but I feel that this also gave me more of an understanding how to live and cope and just manage your life with other people. And this is not necessarily you living with these people. It could actually just be you being in the presence of other people. One thing that I did definitely notice is the fact that I really enjoy my own time. Like, I really enjoy my own time, to the point where I'm not in the need of social connections with a lot of people. So unlike many people, maybe I like being alone a lot. I like to reflect, I like to read books, I like to just spend time alone. And being in the residency really taught me that you don't always have the opportunity or the possibility to be alone. Obviously, I do have this room. I can spend as much time as I want to, but there are times where it is expected of you, and also it is quite nice to others when you just leave the room, you socialize with others, and you just actually spend time with actual human beings, other human beings. Because for me, I noticed that I can easily get really kind of caught up in my own little world in like reading and just being in this room. But I noticed that whenever I go to the kitchen, for instance, I don't really maybe like hang out there for an extended period of time. I would just go there and get back with like water or food or whatever. So I wouldn't necessarily actually socialize or connect with others unless I was maybe having this very confident moment. I don't actually go there and sit down and socialize with everyone, because I noticed that just living in the same house with everyone is already taking loads of my energy, so I feel easily drained around people. This is one thing why I never actually lived in communal housing, because people have different hygiene, they have different standards with cleaning their environment, people wake up at different hours, they go to sleep in different hours. So that is something that might affect my way of being in the space. A lot of things affect the way I live among this group of people, which I can easily now say that I would definitely do differently if I would be living on my own and in my own apartment. So this residency has definitely taught me that like it's very interesting to put yourself mentally in that position where you're doing more self-reflection and understanding how you coexist or co-live with them. I am at the moment quite excited to go back home, be able to really be on my own and do things at my own pace without necessarily taking others into account, which is the thing that, of course, if you live with others, you do take them into account, because that, I think, is the loving thing to do towards others. And this is also why I've been enjoying my own time when I live back at home. It's been quite interesting because at home I noticed I also don't drink that much. Like, I don't go out drinking, partying or anything, so at home I wouldn't be drinking as much at all. Here I feel that the drinking part is really connected to being social also. So whenever we're going out or we're having like a get together in the kitchen, it feels like you kind of want to maybe have a glass of wine because it is a part of the social event. But at home, obviously, I can easily be with others without having to include alcohol in it. But here, kind of like still getting to know everyone, even if you're living with them, it's still different, and it brings out a different characters in yourself and just in the way you come out to other people. So I think that for me it made a bit of a difference, and I noticed that I had moments where I wanted to kind of have a drink or I wanted to be a bit more outgoing, and in this moment I had a feeling that I might want to have a glass of wine just to be able to be more social, because it's not something that is inherently within me. I feel that socializing is something that I need to put my mind into, and I need to energetically be ready to take socializing in and just others' energies. So having the space where I cannot always decide whether I'm ready for it or not is something that I needed to feel and go through and see that I am able to do it, even if it is not always something I would choose to do. But again, I'm at this residency only for 1 month, so I know that it's only temporary, and I know that I can move along once I get home and just do things in the way that is more suitable for me. But while being at the residency, obviously you do take others into account in a different way. One topic that I wanted to touch was, how did I go about my art? and with producing art with my photography. The initial plan was to invite my mother here to actually like take pictures of her, to really dive deeper in the project and maybe reflect a bit on that. I can definitely say that I was a bit disappointed when my mother decided not to come here, because she is the project, the main subject of my project. So I did feel that I cannot really produce any new work if she's not here. I came to realize that that's not the case. I'm able to plan, I'm able to try out new things, I'm able to research things without her being present all the time. Her being around me, I do feel that I have sort of like a time frame or something. The point that she was not here, I felt that I was more able to look into different methods of producing art and not necessarily only photographs, because next year I want to do things in a different way. I decided I want to move into video and just editing. Obviously I have been doing it with YouTube. I've grown to study photography and everything in my life has been about photography, so I had a very kind of framed viewpoint to see that I want to work with photography only. And now I have come to the conclusion that adding a bit more video in my like artistic project is just gonna balance it out a bit more. So I do think that that's the next step I want to take, and I can say with confidence that this residency has brought this understanding to me. If it wasn't for this residency, I would have not maybe come to this conclusion. But you know, video is also a lot of work. Like, you need to edit, you need to pace everything, the beats, the music. You need to also have a bit more space for the viewer to reflect on the video. So it's not only about your artistic input, but for me it felt like when I was creating these YouTube videos, it was already a lot of editing work, and then I felt that maybe I don't want to also put that same pressure on my artistic practice. But then I understood that my artistic practice might really be missing out the key component, which is my mother's real character that doesn't come out in the pictures, because it cannot, because the picture is always a flat surface. So what else is new? One more thing that I realized during this month is definitely that I want to start creating more YouTube videos in a more consistent way. I've been questioning what should I be producing here, because obviously like I have a lot of thoughts that I want to discuss about, but I'm not quite sure what are the topics that I want to build this channel around. So I've been just not doing anything and sitting quiet and feeling like I will have the intuitive moment where I will start producing videos that have the authentic voice and also the topics that I want to discuss about. And the truth is, yes, that helps. Your intuition will come out and it will push ideas to do these videos, but there will also be the other part that will require keyword research. Doing both of these things will then eventually result in you then being able to stay consistent in producing videos. I do definitely need to get better at editing. That's for sure, that's for sure. Before I end this video, I wanted to say a couple of things about Iceland. First of all, visit Iceland. This is not an ad. The culture is beautiful. It's quite similar to Finland, I have to say. The weather is kind of similar. Cuisines are kind of similar. Also, I feel that Icelandic people are very close to Finnish people. The biggest difference to Finland is that we are a land of trees, and Iceland is a land of mountains, but the difference is literally that there's no trees here. You go somewhere and it's just flat, and then you see a mountain. I don't really see trees or forests, which is something that I'm so used to seeing. I want to come back here, maybe just for a couple of weeks to stay on my own. What else? It's been fun. And in today's program, I'm actually going to our exhibition. Every month throughout this residency, at the end of the residency, there's going to be an exhibition opening. I would say it's like a rehearsal for a real exhibition, where you learn to build an exhibition, what things to consider when you're doing the exhibition. Here you have the team and you can really connect with them while you're building the exhibition. So today we're actually having this opening to the exhibition that we have been building yesterday. So that's quite exciting, but honestly, I don't even have the energy to go there today. It feels like all my energy has been kind of sucked out of me, and now I feel like I wanted to stay here, just shoot videos, edit them, and do some self-reflection and meditation. But I will get back to it tomorrow for sure. I'm flying home in 5 days, so I know that soon I'll get back to my routines and everything that I've been missing. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, if you have anything to add, I'd be happy to answer your questions. Otherwise, I'll be seeing you next week.